残酷. Hi, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trish. I'm a Tex-pat, and in today's video, we're going to talk about one of the greatest loves of my life, anime. We're not just gonna talk about any anime. We're gonna talk about 5 life-changing anime. Wait, what? Life-changing anime? What are you talking about? It's no secret that I, Trish, am a huge nerd. Huge nerd. You could say that anime is the reason I am where I am today. So let's kick things off with Bandori, Goddess Band Party, which has an unfortunate title of Bang Dream in English, but it's Bandori, Girls Band Party. This one is kind of a triple threat. It started out as a manga in 2015, then moved on to a video game. Eventually an anime, and actually the voice actors, or the seiyuu, they put on live performances, which I might have gone to 2 of their shows. So the story revolves around 5 high school girls that want to start a band. From here, we're introduced to 4 of their bands. Popping Party, Afterglow, Pastel Palettes, Roselia, which is my favorite group, Hello Happy World, and they're just crazy. For the live performances, the voice actresses actually sing or play their characters' respective instruments. It's brilliant marketing because it gets you from all angles, and when you go to these live performances, you feel like you're actually seeing the characters, which it's really cool. Why do I think Bandori is a life-changing anime? Well, it's because my husband and I went to the shows together. So we were able to go to the shows and enjoy that kind of the live concerts together and geek out about it after the concert. Also at karaoke, Roselia's songs are the top of my list because I absolutely love singing them. So basically, Bandori was life-changing for me, and Roselia is the best group. Come on, you can fight me over it, it's okay. Roselia is the best group. Next up, Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night was originally released in 2004 as a Windows, kind of like an adult choose-your-own-adventure game, and there were different routes per character. The plot focuses on a young man named Shiro Emiya, who becomes a warrior in a battle using servants known as the Holy Grail War. Through each route in the game, Shiro bonds with a heroine and confronts different people who participate in the war, and the goal is to get the Holy Grail. The servants are actually heroes from different cultures. So for example, you have the Saber class servant, which is a knight basically, and that is King Arthur. Only it's not King Arthur, it's King Arturia Pendragon. She is probably my favorite character in the series. There's Medusa, there's Hercules, there's Gilgamesh. There's a lot. I think the premise is really cool because it brings in people from history, redesigns them in a either totally badass or cute anime kind of way, and then has made this crazy story about this crazy war where humans bond with these servants, and there are so many spin-offs to this series. Personally, my favorite out of the entire Fate world is either Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel or Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. We don't even need to talk about main characters because the story is so intricately woven and there's so many different timelines. Honestly, it's so convoluted and hard to explain, but for me, the appeal of it is
how it's all woven together and how many timelines and what characters are associated with who and how who ended up where they are.
It's freaking crazy, and the person who thought of this is a genius. Okay, cool story, Trish, but why is the Fate series so important to you? Well, it can keep you entertained for months. There's so much. Also, I mean, I like the way Saber looks. So if you're a huge nerd like me, you probably know what that song is. If you're not, then it's from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Here's my really crappy explanation. Basically, it's about a boy who has to pilot this giant machine thing and try to save the world from these invading monsters that people call angels. And this is another anime that's just layer on layer on layer of stuff. Why is this one so important to me? Okay, granted, it is just weird. I'm I'm still not sure I 100% understand the plot, but I like it anyway. The first time I saw Evangelion was after I had had some dental work done. So I had had a root canal or a tooth pulled or something along those lines. I was in an extreme amount of pain. My brother was like, hey,
check out this crazy anime. It's actually pretty cool. You might like it.
and me, in intense pain, I was like, yeah, put it on. So I'm laid up in my bed, half out of my head with pain, watching this bat crazy anime, and I get halfway through it and I realize, I've been watching this without subtitles. Which is why I thought I didn't understand it. Turns out it's just crazy. And what keeps me so entertained is I'm not sure if I love the characters or if I absolutely hate every one of them. I'm still not sure. The Neon Genesis Evangelion manga debuted to build up hype and interest in the upcoming anime that was to be released in October 1995. It's old. I'm old. And according to Wikipedia, the general consensus is that the anime was groundbreaking. It explored religious, psychological, and philosophical themes, while initially appearing to be a standard mecha show. Mecha is like robots. There's robots involved. Spoiler alert, it's not just a standard mecha anime. It is complicated, convoluted, and just really awesome. And we're currently waiting for the final movie in the newest version of the series to come out in movie theaters, but thanks to current events, it's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, so we're still waiting, but I am so ready to finally see the end of the end of the end of, again, Evangelion. The next one we're going to talk about, it's a show that had such a profound impact on me that it actually made me want to study Japanese, and that is Inuyasha. So what is Inuyasha? Well, Inuyasha is basically a story about a girl who travels back through time and meets a half-dog demon. What? It's more complicated than that, but that's the basic gist of it. Why did I love this story so much? Probably because of the historical elements, the really, really freaking amazing soundtrack, and the underlying love-tension story that went through the whole thing. I suppose it was more of a love triangle between the protagonist, Kagome, the person she was reincarnated from, Kikyo, and the dog demon, Inuyasha. Inuyasha came on Toonami, so I was in college at the time, and I remember coming home, turning on the TV and watching Witch Hunter Robin and then Inuyasha. I bought an art book that was like detailed description of the character design and why each character was the way they were, and I remember being so in love with that. I ordered stuff from Japan, which was really expensive at the time. I started studying hiragana and katakana and how to write each one because of Inuyasha. There were 190 something episodes, including the final season of the anime, and multiple movies that just kept me coming back and coming back and coming back for more. And that fed my love and desire for Japan, honestly. So when I was in college, the internet was just starting to become a thing. It was around before that, but like people actually had kind of fast internet in their house, so it was easier to find information. It was easier to discover things. It was easier to look up different things than it was when I was in high school. So I felt like I had more access to all of the Inuyasha things. Loving the half-dog demon show kind of put me on a path to be where I am today, if that makes sense. So to me, Inuyasha was absolutely a life-changing anime.
Hello, my name is Trish and I'm a huge nerd. We're gonna talk about my favorite anime, so stick around if you want to hear more. It is time to talk about Sailor Moon.
I apologize from the bottom of my soul for that. So that's right, last one up is Sailor Moon. It is by far the most life-changing, influential, 100% I was freaking obsessed with this anime. It was bad. Good? Let's rewind back in time. Let's take a step back to when I was but a Trishlet, a tiny Trishling, growing into the Trish that I would be today. Tiny Trishling was dumped by her boyfriend. Tiny Trishling had almost legit mental breakdown. We don't deal with rejection well over here. I was at a really bad point in high school because, as I said, I was dumped by my first boyfriend. Everybody's been there. I didn't handle it as good or as suave as some of y'all might have, but that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, I was browsing a bookstore and I found, I think it was called New Type magazine, and it was basically a magazine about Japanese anime and manga. And I, to be honest, just really liked the pictures. In that New Type magazine, there was a section on this anime called Sailor Moon, and I remember immediately being drawn to the colorful character design, and I wanted to know more. Now remember, this was before the internet was a thing, and we had this wonderful, wonderful internet service called dial-up. So basically, I could get online, I could find information, it just took way longer than it does now. So I did that. I got online, I found information. Then I discovered that Sailor Moon actually came on in the morning. So I watched it every morning before school as high school Trish was late for first period almost every day because I was watching Sailor Moon. Knowing what I do now, I know that America, or
Specifically the animation company that bought the rights to air Sailor Moon on American TV,
took the story and butchered it. That's okay. Do y'all remember at the end there was this corner called Sailor Moon Says? Sailor Moon says, don't be late to school. I bought the soundtrack, I bought little toys, I bought all of the Sailor Moon things. Actually, Trishlet made a Sailor Moon website back in the dark days of the internet. I learned HTML coding for Sailor Moon. No joke. I don't remember it now, but I did. I mean, let's be real. I even made up my own Sailor Moon original character. Yeah, I did. I would start to download on my dial-up like the transformation sequences for each of the Sailor Scouts for one like 10-second clip. No joke, it took like 7 hours. It took for freaking ever. So I would start it in the morning, and then by the time I got home from school, I would hope and pray that nobody called our house to knock us off the internet. 8 times out of 10, somebody did call our house, and it did knock me offline, and I did have to restart the download when I got home from school and wait another 8 hours. It was a whole thing. So in little Trishlet's heart, Sailor Moon rebuilt the heartbreak of being dumped, patched it over, and replaced that pain with,
I just really wanted to know everything I could about Japan, period.
so I guess one could say that Sailor Moon was my gateway drug into the world of anime, into Japanese culture, into wanting to learn about Japan, into wanting to learn all of these things just so I could understand the context of Sailor Moon. And in my brain, it started to put things in order that led to me being in Japan today. So I'm thankful for Sailor Moon. I'm thankful for being dumped, because if that hadn't happened, then none of the other stuff would have happened. By the way, my favorite Sailor Moon series is Sailor Moon Sailor Stars. My favorite Sailor Moon is Eternal Sailor Moon with her wings. And my favorite characters in the entire series are Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus. So what are some of your favorite anime? Leave a comment below and let me know. I'm curious. Okay, well I guess I'll wrap things up there. I wouldn't really call this an anime recommendations video, but I mean, I absolutely 100% recommend every single anime that I've mentioned. As always, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Have a good week.